It might, but I mean, it would take. I'm giving you. I'm scoring fiscal policy.
Well, I understand
I'm really
you're being
reluctant to do
careful,
it.
but Mr. Chairman, the United States Congress, in addition to its regular budget, has spent $7 trillion. I'm not saying all of it was unnecessary. On top of that, the Fed's increased its balance sheet from $1.5 trillion to $9 trillion. $9 trillion. I know you're cutting it back, but we've injected all of this money into the economy, and then people go, well, we have inflation. Duh. Give me some help here. Tell me what we can do.
I'm really focused on what we can do, which is shrink our balance sheet and raise interest rates and get supply and demand back into alignment and get inflation back down to 2%.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
Federal Reserve Jerome Powell on Thursday concluded 2 days of testimony in front of the Congress, speaking in front of the House members. This article is from CNBC. Links are in the description below. Let's continue. The remarks from the Senate Banking Committee a day prior. Powell said, the Fed understands, quote, let me get that right, quote, Powell said, the Fed understands the hardship high inflation is causing. We are strongly committed to bring inflation back down, and we are moving expeditiously to do so. End of quote, right? Powell also said that economic conditions are generally favorable, pointing to a strong labor market and high demand. Powell's testimony comes after the Fed's hiked rates by 75 basis points or 0.75 percentage point, right? Earlier this month. That marks Fed's biggest rate hike since 1994. Let's see more and learn more together. For more clarity and more information, guys, stick with. So, editor, roll clip, fair use.
The chair is authorized to declare a recess of the committee at any time. Before we get started with today's hearing, I would also like to ask unanimous request to adopt this resolution that was made available to all members that names our newest committee member, Mr. Norman, to his subcommittee assignments. Without objection, it is so ordered. This hearing is entitled Monetary Policy and the State of the Economy. I now recognize myself for 4 minutes to give an opening statement. Welcome back, Chair Powell, and congratulations on your confirmation as Chair of the Fed. They keep raising their prices. Do you have a way of examining that?
I think we can see that, but I think, you know, our job is to keep, maximum employment and price stability. So we're not in the business of regulating individual companies or determining whether their actions, for example, are anti-competitive or that sort of thing. That's more for elected people and also for the competition authorities. So we do look at that. But again, I think a great deal of the price increases that you saw were a matter of supply being unable to meet demand, and the result was prices moving up. In many cases, that was the story.
I concur. We have a complex set of issues. The fiscal house was certainly different than monetary policy. And the extraordinary nature of the partisan American Rescue Plan, and $2 trillion injected into a recovering economy, and Democrat policies to keep people out of the workforce for longer than the rest of the Western world also contributed to inflation. So that is a political debate here on Capitol Hill, Chairman Powell, and that is on the political side. What I want to ask you about are the policy tools that you are using. Now, certainly, you, as chair of the Fed and the Open Markets Committee, took extraordinary measures in the midst of the pandemic to ensure that we didn't have further contagion, and including extraordinary lending facilities, purchasing securities, keeping the federal funds rate at zero. These were the right tools at the right time. On the fiscal side, you had to partner with bipartisan bills to keep our economy afloat during government shutdowns. But like all the good firefighting measures, we should put them away when times change. I want to talk to you as you put these measures away, how you expect the economy to respond. So let's start here. What is your level of commitment to fight inflation?
Well, so it's unconditional, our commitment is. And the reason is that we need to, in a particular situation, we have a labor market that's sort of unsustainably hot, and we're very far from our inflation target. We really need to restore price stability, get inflation back down to 2%, because without that, we're not going to be able to have a sustained period of maximum employment, where the benefits are spread very widely and where people's wages aren't being eaten up by inflation. Really, it's something that we need to do, we must do, in order to have that kind of a labor market. We'll need to do it. When we raise interest rates, and also to a lesser extent when the balance sheet shrinks, what happens is rates go up across the economy and financial conditions generally tighten. And you can think of it as in interest-sensitive spending is an important place that'll be affected, and that's things like automobiles and other durable goods. If rates are higher, then demand for cars will moderate, will decline a bit. The second channel would be asset prices generally. We don't target any particular asset prices, but higher interest rates tend to bring them down broadly. That tends to mean a little bit less spending because people's wealth has perhaps declined a little bit. And the third channel can be the exchange rate, where that also has disinflation effects. So overall, we have these effects on the economy. Our intent, of course, is to bring inflation down to 2% while preserving a strong labor market. As I've mentioned, that has become significantly more challenging with the events of the past few months.
Hey guys, it's Jose, your regular Joe Blower, keeping an eye out and my ears open, as always, to this topic. Because when they lie and try to sell us hope, that's when I prepare the most. Apparently, they are now coming around to it, slowly constricting us. So I will continue to bring more and more information to better prepare and price this inflation in to our day-to-day, no matter how hard it is. This will only get worse. Do your research, guys, because every financial situation is different. And I only want the best for you guys. This is not stopping anything soon. We still have a long way to go. Remember, this administration does not care anything about us, anything about the American people. It is supposed to serve. But hopefully, in the midterms, the people can flip the House red to stall the administration. But that's another video. That's just politics. Guys, thank you as always. I'll continue to pump out these videos. And like always, stay free.
It ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail.